Today's big news. Meri Brown secretly married and pregnant? Shocking news revealed. Life is unpredictable, and no one truly knows what the future holds. This has once again been proven true in the life of Sister Wives star Meri Brown. After her highly publicized divorce from Kody Brown, Meri found herself in one of the most difficult chapters of her life. She had been married to Kody for decades, and the end of that marriage left her feeling isolated and deeply lonely. Fans of the show often worried about how she would move forward, as her emotional struggles were visible both on-screen and off. For a long time, Meri seemed to focus on herself, her work, and her personal healing. She kept her private life away from the spotlight, which made her latest news even more shocking and exciting. According to recent reports, Meri has secretly remarried, and even more surprising, she is now pregnant. This revelation has left fans stunned, as no one expected such a dramatic and joyful turn in her story. Meri's decision to keep her relationship private until now speaks volumes about her desire to protect her happiness and avoid public scrutiny. After all, her previous relationship was lived out in front of millions of viewers, filled with drama and heartbreak. This time, it seems she wanted to take a different approach, choosing love and marriage on her own terms, away from cameras and gossip. Her new partner's identity has not been widely shared, but what matters most is that Meri appears to have found love again after years of heartache. The news of her pregnancy adds another layer of joy, symbolizing a fresh beginning and a new chapter in her life. For someone who has endured so much pain in the past, this moment feels like a well-deserved blessing. Fans are eager to know how Meri's new relationship blossomed and how she reached this turning point. Many see this as proof that it's never too late to find love and happiness again, no matter the obstacles life places in front of us. Meri Brown's journey is a reminder that even when life feels uncertain and lonely, new opportunities can appear when least expected. From heartbreak to healing, and now to love and motherhood, her story continues to inspire. Viewers who want to know every detail about how her love story began and how she found the strength to move forward should stay tuned, because this new chapter in Meri's life is just beginning, and it's one that promises hope, joy, and plenty of surprises. Meri Brown has been a central figure in the long-running reality series Sister Wives, where her marriage and eventual split from Kody Brown played out in front of millions of viewers. Even though her relationship with Kody is officially over both legally and spiritually, Meri recently revealed that she has no intention of changing her last name. Speaking openly on the September 12th episode of the podcast I Do, Part 2, the 54-year-old reality star explained that she plans to continue being known as Meri Brown, despite the fact that her marriage to Kody ended years ago. During the conversation, Meri reflected on her decision and shared that she has thought about it many times, even discussing it with her best friend and other close people in her life. She admitted that although she could technically revert to her maiden name, she doesn't feel the need to make such a change. To her, the name Brown is part of her life story. It has been her name for 35 years, and she is comfortable with the identity that comes along with it. Reverting to her father's surname, Barber, feels unnecessary, especially since she only carried that name for the first 19 years of her life. Meri even lightheartedly pointed out that the Barber name is not the easiest to say, joking about how it has too many R's. She said Brown is simpler, more straightforward, and something she has grown accustomed to. If she were to change her name, she would once again be Meri Barber, but she admitted the sound of it just doesn't feel right anymore. With a touch of humor, she recalled how she and her sister, who is also divorced, often joke about how much they love their father but have no desire to reclaim their maiden names. For Meri, the name Brown is more than just a tie to her past marriage, it represents much of her adult life, her career, and the person she has become. Meri's marriage to Kody dates back to April 1990, when she became his first wife. Over time, Kody built a plural family that eventually included Janelle, Christine, and later Robin. In 2014, Meri legally divorced Kody so he could remarry Robin, which allowed him to adopt her children from a previous relationship. While Meri and Kody remained spiritually married after that, their relationship continued to deteriorate. In recent years, their split became final both emotionally and spiritually, putting an end to their decades-long union. Despite all of this, Meri feels no pressing need to separate herself from the Brown name, insisting that it is part of who she is today. Beyond her last name, Meri also opened up about where she currently stands in her personal life, particularly in terms of dating. She was candid in admitting that she is not dating anyone exclusively at the moment, though she does go on dates when she meets someone who matches her energy and outlook on life. For her, entering a relationship is not about filling a void or finding just anyone to share time with. Instead, she values her independence and the life she has built, making it clear that she is selective when it comes to who she allows into her inner circle. Meri has built a busy and fulfilling life for herself since stepping away from her relationship with Kody. As she explained, she is a business owner who travels often and invests much of her time into growing her ventures. She describes herself as a lot to handle, not because she sees herself as difficult, but because she has a vibrant life full of commitments and goals. For a man to be with her, she believes he must be capable of understanding that lifestyle and not be overly demanding of her time and attention. Some men, she observed, struggle with the idea of an independent partner who cannot be available constantly, and that simply does not work for her. At the same time, Meri still holds on to the belief that her soulmate is out there. She doesn't necessarily think there is only one person destined for her, but she does believe there is someone with whom she can share a meaningful and lasting connection. In her words, it's about finding someone whose values, morals, and energy align with hers. She hopes to find a partner with whom she can share laughter, joy, and companionship while building a future together. That balance of independence and companionship is something she believes is possible, and she remains hopeful about discovering it. Meri's reflections highlight the transformation she has undergone since the early days of Sister Wives. Once known primarily as Kody's first wife, she is now carving out an identity for herself outside of that marriage. Holding on to the Brown name is not about clinging to the past but rather about embracing her personal history and the decades she has spent building her life with that name. It is a symbol of continuity, even as she moves forward into a new chapter filled with independence, ambition, and the possibility of love. Through her honesty, Meri continues to connect with fans who have followed her journey for years. She has become an example of how a person can endure heartbreak, major life transitions, and even public scrutiny, yet still move forward with resilience and determination. For her, the story isn't about what she has lost but about what she is gaining in terms of self-awareness, strength, and opportunities for growth. As she continues to travel, run her businesses, and live life on her terms, Meri Brown seems determined to define herself in her own way. Keeping her last name is part of that choice, as is her openness to dating without rushing into anything serious. Her outlook is one of optimism, as she trusts that the right person will come along when the time is right. Until then, she is embracing her independence and proving that she is more than capable of thriving on her own.